Hi, my name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Knott III, and what I'm going to be doing is going through the top 10 reasons President Biden should increase all Social Security benefits by $200 a month, maybe even more. Here are the reasons why, if he ever gets to hear this video, or one of the individuals that works for him gets to hear this video, these are very good reasons. The top 10, let's begin. Number one. At $794 a month, you usually need around $1,200 to $1,500 to go ahead and basically rent an apartment or rent a place, any place, because they need first month, last month, and some sort of deposit. The bottom line with that is that if you're only receiving $794, that's not $1,200 to $1,500, which means that you are basically not going to be able to do that. So kind of the problem with this whole situation is that most people who are receiving SSI or a restricted amount of SSI, meaning their in-kind support, is reducing the $794 down to a smaller amount, maybe $500, $400, $300, etc. Well, those individuals usually have to stay in a program, right? They have to stay in a program which takes a percentage of what they basically receive as benefits. So kind of like your motel gig. Now, that's not really bad for everybody, but I want you to keep in mind these programs are not available to everybody. There's usually not enough slots open, right? There's not enough rooms in the motel. And then geographically, if you're in some, state like North Dakota or Alaska or whatever, they don't have a lot of that stuff. So the bottom line is there's just not housing for a fee split of your benefits, which means that basically most of these people continue to be homeless or have to find somebody to basically attach to go ahead and continue to have some sort of four walls and a roof. Number two. SSA recipients usually live in high violence neighborhoods because of this, because they don't have money, but can't afford useful weapons, meaning decent fold-out knives and handguns for their protection. Now, I've heard a bunch of the usual yada yada, and it's total and complete crap. This idea about, a female should urinate on herself to go ahead and try and, if she's getting attacked and potentially in a sexual assault situation, it's fold-out knives and guns. Pepper spray, maybe, but fold-out knives and guns, right? That's basically what you use to defend yourself in high-crime areas, okay? Now, what does this mean? They constantly are not able to afford these things. They can't afford the guns. They can't even afford a decent fold-out knife. And if they can't afford a decent fold-out knife, they've got to have a full knife on them. How are they going to carry that around with them, right? That's the basic, and a lot of people don't realize that. They're like, well, they just have a kitchen knife. Where are you going to put a kitchen knife on you? Realistically, how? How are you going to do a good job of it? It better be a decent sized one for you to be able to defend yourself with it. So the point of this is those individuals, because they can't afford a means to defend themselves, and let's call it like it is, there's an agenda right now to try and remove gun rights from people, especially the disabled, especially the mentally disabled. And that whole thing starts to fall apart when you say, okay, well, we have a rape victim here. What happened to her? Well, she was attacked. She couldn't defend herself and yada, yada. Well, she now has PTSD. She's now on disability benefits. She's on PTSD. She's got PTSD. She's on disability benefits. Okay. She's applying for a gun to be able to protect herself in the future from future attacks. Interesting. Okay, we're going to deny that because of the PTSD-based situation and the panic attacks that come from it. So the point is, we need to not only figure out a better system for how people who are disabled can afford firearms, but also special training for those individuals who fall into those mental classes where we need to be concerned about what is their capacity to use it, can they use it appropriately? Because let's call it like it is. Disabled people, retired people, they're a fragile class. They are, no matter how you put it. They can't run as fast as most people because of their impairment, or they're older, or whatever. Or they can't think their way out of a tough situation like somebody, oh yeah, I was just brilliant to get out of that stabbing, I used my mind. Well, they can't. They can't. So the bottom line is we need to have better gun laws to put weapons in their hands so that they can protect themselves from other individuals that are trying to harm them. And no, I've heard the argument, and this is a dumb shit argument. The argument is that, you're going to love this, that most criminals know that a disabled person, when you attack them, it carries a much more severe sentence, and therefore they're not likely to attack a disabled person. That is the dumbest thing a person could say in a conversation, period, on this topic. To promote that identity of, the criminal knows the law is moronic. And at some point, everybody's going to wake up to the fact that criminals don't use legally obtained weapons. They show me this graph. Oh, look at all the horrible violence that occurs. Oh, it's so terrible. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what. It's all illegally obtained weaponry for the most part. We're not talking about people who go through the system. We're talking about people outside of the system. And here's the funny part. Had we had a proper system that worked, they would not, in such massive amounts, be outside of our little happy circle system. They would be working inside it to further society, which is that whole, it just keeps going around and around. And, number 3. Since many don't have enough for a place to live, they're usually forced to find a partner, a buddy, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, who beats them up over not adding food to the table. It's true. In which case they become sex providers in a loveless relationship. Right? So problem solution. There you go. There it is. Hey, there we go. These people become more and more saturated with anxiety and fear and depression and loneliness. Think about it. It's just a repetitive circle. They become disabled. Their life got totally flipped on its head, ruined in most instances. They don't have any money anymore. They get this little tiny thing. Wasn't their fault, maybe. Maybe it was. Usually it's not that they became disabled. And now they're stuck playing this game of, how do I have self-worth? Well, how do you? If you have no money all the time and you're just trying to be able to have a roof over your head and you really just have a partner for sex because you need food and you need a roof? Interesting. Increasing that $200, that means a lot to an individual. Personally, I think it should be significantly higher. But, we have to send money to other countries. So, hey, I understand that. I don't understand that. And it's just, I haven't seen a single bill come forward. The only bill, just so you guys know, is, and there's 2 of them. There's the Social Security 2100 bill. And then there's another Social Security bill that it's already pre-written out. It's all set to go. Gets rid of the marriage penalty, gets rid of the Medicare issue, the 24-month waiting period. It's all written out. It's all done. But guess who's not promoting it? Guess who put that on their website, on his website? It's there. It's 2 people. On their website, before becoming president, my intentions are the following for the American people. I read it to you. I did a video on it for you guys. Guess what has been accomplished from all of those? 0 of those. Guess what's on his new website now that he's in the White House? All those things? No. 0 of those things are on his new website now that he is president of the United States. It's the same crap over and over. I promise to reduce the price of the snack bar machine. They get into office. We need to raise the price of the snack bar machine. The machine is costly and it's expensive, and we need somebody to have more than other people. And that's hey, I will be the political figure that will take more, and go through this whole, my jet needs more fuel, my ski lodge needs more, whatever. Guys, at some point you got to realize, you got to wake up, that they're promising all this stuff and they're not giving us. And I stood behind. I wanted to see getting rid of the marriage penalty, the 5-month waiting rule, the 24-month Medicare rule, increase of benefits in total. I wanted to see all of that stuff. And then I got sidetracked and pissed off with YouTube makers, because what they would do is basically go ahead and make these videos. And then they would be disingenuous to you. Oh, then the title would read this: $200, signed, sealed, delivered, ready, $200, blah, 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 increase, ready to go. Then you watch the video. 15 minutes in, they give a 30-second summation as how it's not currently in the law, but this is where it would go. Number 4. Let's not forget those who can just afford barely the rent. Usually can't have a high electric or water bill, so it's a shower every 3 days and laundry run every 2 weeks. You know what would fix that? $200 extra every month. Plus fixing the COLA calculation. That would fix that. 5. On the personal, what the F favorite of mine, most disabled people are lonely, and because they live in communities usually, they can't have family members stay over, because it's like the whole HOA thing, but in like their little living shared You get so many benefits, and we take so much of your pay, or we take all of your, monthly check, yada yada. Or even sometimes the family members can't visit them due to restrictions. So we have poor, alienated, disabled people, or poor, alienated, retired people. You got to sit back and you got to think, this country exists for one reason. This country exists for only one reason, and that is the protection of its people. And that is the physical protection and the general mental upkeep of those people. Why don't we have more happy people in this country? You look at other countries, and don't feed me the whole socialist crap. You look at other countries, and there's a lot of happy people there. And I'm going to do a video on that. The American dream being sold down the river. What it was. 1980s, everybody went from, I want a middle-class survival, and I'm happy. I got my house, I got my car, life is good, to, I don't have enough diamonds on my Gucci, Versace, Rolls-Royce belt buckle. That's when it happened. But I'll go into that in another video. Number 6. There's no such thing as vacations or holiday trips. Right? They don't exist. Hey, disabled person, would you like to go see your family in the tri-state area? Leave Florida, go there. Hey, would you like to do that? It's not going to happen. $200 extra a month might make that happen, but it's not going to happen. No. Number 7, there's no such thing as gifts. And even gift cards are a struggle. Now, gift cards are for the most part cheap. They were 10 years ago. Well, 15 years ago. Now, Platinum Deluxe extra thick envelope with 3-dimensional blah blah don't give a crap extras that fold out, pop out, sing, and deliver a dance just by opening the card. $22. It's just, and let's be honest here, guys. Isn't what they write in the gift card what you want to see? Now, for younger people, gift card means like a card that is gifted to you. Gift card for younger people, it's a little card that you go spend money off of at a place that's pre-designated. I mean the original gift card. The card that you received as a gift with nice thoughts. Isn't that what I mean? You open it, do you really want to look at all the jingle jangle that they sold to the person to sell to you? No, you look at the front of it and you go, it's a funny dog picture. That's so cute. I love it. Then you go to the writing. Blah, 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 blah. And that's what makes you feel good. Number 7. There's no such thing as gifts. Oh, no, sorry. 8. Transportation. Well, it's walk, bus, car, and never train unless it's the city. And I mean like the city. We're talking Boston, New York, stuff like that. A lot of my claimants that go on SSI sleep in their car and use their fuel to move from Walmart parking lot to Walmart parking lot. That's it. That's how it works. If they had $200 extra per month, they might be able to get a better deal than that. Just saying. Number 9. If the retired and disabled could afford grocery delivery, wouldn't that be much safer and cheaper on the shoulders of Medicaid and Medicare with COVID-19 and Variant 21 and Variant 22, which is coming next year, which will require a totally different vaccination to a country near you? Right? Okay. Once again, if they could have their food put in the back of their car, delivered to their place, guess what? They're less likely to get germs from going to the grocery store. Now, there's the counter to that, which is they have to be basically around other people to go ahead and, feel like they're mentally, interacting and have a hobby and things like that. So let's talk about that. So everyone knows most, if not all, hobbies are financially out of the picture for disabled individuals and a lot of retired individuals. But what about memberships? Why can't all SSA recipients get free access to the YMCA? Or maybe internet? Or maybe a month free movie ticket at a theater, or something to offer that has a social interaction for them to go ahead and do. I'm going to tell you something that's unique. A lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of my claimants that feel really, really lonely, what they will do is they will go to AA meetings. They're not drinkers. They've never really had a drinking problem, but they'll go to those types of meetings to go ahead and just meet people, listen to their story, and have something to do. I know that sounds very weird to some people, but the reality is a lot of these individuals are truly that sad and truly that depressed and truly that withdrawn from who they used to be upon becoming disabled and changing into the new life without money for the most part that they now have. These are the things that I wish President Biden would go ahead, in my opinion, and basically consider. I don't think he'll ever hear them. I don't think right now he's hearing a lot of the things that I wish he would. There's a lot of things going on that are really angering me, and he's taken very little time to go ahead and allow them all to happen. I mean, you guys see what's going on at the border. You guys see what's going on with the bills that they're passing. I mean, it's 5,000 acts in one. That's what it is. It's just massive law, one title. And you read the title, you're like, oh, this is for the people. But that's like 20% of this for this, How did it get so bad so fast? Anyways, so bottom line is, consider these things. If you want to reach out to your legislators, your senators, your House reps, things like that, use these as your arguments. Promote these as the reasons why there needs to be an increase in your Social Security benefits. Forget Biden, forget Trump, forget Obama, forget all these players. What is best for you? All right. My name is Attorney Walter Rufnaut III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. If you want to go ahead and catch up with me, shoot me an email, give me a call. If you want to catch up with me during the live and ask me a question outside of what the law firm does, that's 8 to 10 every Thursday Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. 8 to 10 Thursday Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I go live on YouTube. Also, the nicest thing you can do for me, other than like and subscribe and stuff like that, is to leave 5 stars. In the bio below, there's an area where you can just click on a link that'll take you to leave 5 stars. They help me compete against the mega big box law firms out there that pay tens to 20s to 30s of millions of dollars to go ahead and advertise. And it's usually even more than that, to be fair, because they put up all the billboards and they do this and they do that. Be interesting, right, if they didn't need to do that. Ever think about that? What if they didn't need to do that because they had that many referrals? Huh. Interesting, right? Anyways, guys, I'll catch you a little bit later. Have a wonderful night, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.